I think because I'm director now, I think I have this responsibility to kind of oversee it. And I don't think it necessarily has to be that way, but I think that's how I've pursued directing. Because we talk a lot, I talk a lot about like the 10,000 hours thing, where you're like, you become a master of something if you do it for 10,000 hours. And I think that directing is something that forces you to be engaged in the whole process. And so it's definitely like, I feel like my time is more valuable to improv now than it was when I was just a player. The idea of not performing every week, I mean, I don't even know what that's like anymore. So, and you go after a summer, and you're just so like, oh God, I don't even remember how to do this. And you just have the worst scenes ever. Like, I remember one time I just, like, after a summer, after a break, I just didn't know what to say. I just didn't. Someone would say something, someone, like, initiate a scene, and I'd just stand there, and I'd, like, hold things. Like, someone would be like, oh, Mr. Cunningham, come out, open the door. And I'd be like, yeah, my hands are full. And you do have that, like, I feel like, so that's my big concern, is not performing enough and just becoming bad at it. I really have to get out there early, because and I have to take advantage of the fact that I turned 21 in, like, September, and so I need to take advantage of the fact that I'm super young. Because I think in a lot of ways that's the only way you get ahead. Because in that business, it's like you turn around and you're like 30, and all of a sudden you're teaching at IO, and SNL isn't really, you have like 2 more months before you're not even like thought of, So yeah, I mean, it's super crazy. It's absolutely terrifying, but it is something where, like, you do know that the best stuff is there. I think I'm right at that point where it doesn't suck anymore. But it's definitely still as hard as it was. But it's just that you gotta bomb like 18,000 times. And that is just interesting. Especially, I think the thing with Improv Anonymous is that people know you, and the people who come to see you know you, and they know, like, some of your characters, and they know what you're doing, and that's probably the greatest part about it, because you kind of know the fans, and you know people you're working with, and you know what makes them laugh, and it's just so much easier, because you know what to do to get their attention again. And so one of the things I found with stand-up was that I didn't know anybody in the audience. And that's how I wanted it to be, but it also came off it comes off much more harsh. Because it's like doing improv in a bar. Like, no one cares. And no one knows you. I mean, it's not like people are like, it's not a comedy club. It's not like, oh, is he gonna make a joke? I can't wait. It's more like, I'm kind of drunk. I've been here since 4, and Tom's been sleeping on my arm, so I can't really move that. So I guess I'm gonna watch this comic. I hope he's funny. So I think stand-up's been more harsh, but I'm excited about it. Best case scenario, 5 years from now, I would be on main stage Second City. Which is quite the ambition. So I'd have to, like, go through their training, get on a house team at IO, go through their Second Cities training, because I'd still have to be performing, so I didn't suck. Go through Second Cities Conservatory, audition into there, audition up through the levels, and then audition for their touring. So now I'm 23, and I'm on a touring company. And in the next 2 years, I'd have to convince someone that I'm better than everyone else on touring so I can get on main stage. And I think there will be a lot of moments where I'm like, maybe teaching would be okay. And I think that that's a legitimate thing. I think that's totally legitimate, but I think it is that whole, it's that being able to just kind of keep going. And I'm not really someone who comes from terrible means of living. Like, I'm not like filthy rich, but I'm not someone who like knows how to be like making $15,000 a year or whatever the hell I would be making. So I think it's just that too. It's like, how long do you want to have a peanut butter and jelly every day? Because it's like a whole lifestyle. Stand up and doing improv is not like this is kind of cute, I do this at night. It's like oh yes, I have another show, goody. Oh, I hope I make it there. In my Honda Civic from 1997. Ooh. You basically have this audience that wants you to make them laugh, so you can take risks more easily and more often. Whereas anywhere else, it's not really true. It really isn't. I always think of the group as like, or any improv group as like, if you don't have one of the people, it's just like it's not the same group. It's just like getting a new person. Like, there's just a given dynamic. I mean, there's like 6 new relationships happening. Like, that's how I think of it. Like, even someone like Scott or Nick or anyone coming in just completely changes like the dynamic. You know, I think of that like every week. I mean, there are instances where there are times on stage where you're just like, and this is very much like egotistical, but there are times on stage where you're like, oh my god, I'm really good at this. And then there are times on stage where I'm like, why would I ever think I could do this professionally? Like, what? You know what I mean? I mean, there's definitely that thing where it's like, that went really terribly, and I didn't know what else to do. And I just kept doing the terrible thing. And because improv's so moment by moment, it's very much like, this sucked, this didn't. But how do I know that I'm not going to do the sucky part again? And so, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely terrifying. I don't think it's really hit me. The idea that, like, within like 5 years, I'll know if I'm going to do this. Pretty much. I mean, there's obviously cases where you're just kind of relentless, but I don't think I'm willing to, go homeless to do comedy. I really don't. Like, I would love to figure it out early so I would know. But it's all up to chance, too. I mean, you can be not funny for 9 years and then get a pilot. Like, and what I mean by not funny is that people don't think you're funny. You can be completely unsuccessful and then turn into, like, Louis C.K. overnight. It's literally just ridiculous.
Big axe.
So you're using the
Axe.
9-gauge.
Right.
Boys,
Bullets, Chief.
working hard, hardly working, am I right?
How you doing, Chief?
Boys, these are not the tools I asked you to be using here.
Hey, Chief, we thought that you asked us to use those ones particularly.
Yeah.
Well, we need you to use pickaxes, okay?
So
There's a diamond in there, and I don't want you to
Is it
hit it with
diamonds
the
in the
shovel.
pickaxe?
No. The diamonds are in the ground.
Are you trying to tell me this pickaxe is made out of diamonds?
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, I think we just need to keep the serious thing in mind. I think we should start without, we should do three-person scenes right now that don't have characters.
Like just do straight.
That was my bad anyway.
Oh, okay.
That was my fault in the first place, because I came on with character.
Yeah.
Come over here so you can actually see what
I
the
just take my job very seriously, and I just want to make sure it's done right. So if this grass gets messed up on my own personal time, I'm gonna get in trouble by my boss. So
Yeah, I know. I understand. You take your job very
I
seriously,
do.
which we.
Don't wait for them to beg you into the scene.
I wasn't trying to, but then when they just start yelling mustard, like come here, mustard.
Right. I'm just saying they were definitely looking for help.
pulling at strings.
And them screaming could not have been more obvious that that was the case. So just run right in. You don't even have to be mustard. The thing is, the longer you're waiting,
Right.
the more likely it is you're going to be mustard. That's the
I
problem.
wanted you to be the mustard fairy.
Yeah, for example.
Oh.
Guys, it was really good until about, like, I don't know, when he said what? Or no, when he said I'm sorry and you said what? After that, the whole joke was that no one was listening to each other. So, try to, you know, like, that was probably the funniest part, but, like, if you do say what, like, I mean, I think that was kind of one of those things where it's like, we really didn't hear what no one was saying.
I didn't.
So we were like, what did he say? So just kind of chase that. Yeah. All right, let's do another one.
No, I mean, I have no musical ability. I just like listen. Like, I just enjoy music, so.
You just
I
won't sit
like
here.
live music.
Two improvers are the people auditioning. It's a guessing game. So the improvers go outside, and Parker and I were talking there about two ways that we go about guessing.
And you have to get this. So it's so
Yeah.
like if you get the song and then you have to boil down what the clues would be. So if you got Baby, it would be like ludicrous.
He is going to be singing about Take a Gum.
Sticky.
James, come on in.
Hi guys, so good to be here. I'm pumped up, baby.
Yes.
Wait a minute, audition.
Yes, I'm glad you could be here. James, you are
Yes.
going to be singing about tape and gum today.
Alrighty, all right. Okay, here we go. What's stickier? Tape or gum? Tape or gum? I'm gonna need some to compare. Tape or gum? 'Cause I don't know if I have any in my pocket. Uh-oh, I do. Let's just see what goo it will do. What goo it will do. Look at it stick the paper together. I think we got a winner over here. Look at how crystal clear it is. Gum is obviously stickier. Stickier. Stickier.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I got it.
You're welcome.
So